just a few minutes before midnight here, so I figured why not do a live stream for New Year's right now. If there's anybody still up, if anybody's still around, if you're recapping this in the future, welcome. And there we go. It just hit midnight, so Happy New Year. Here in Mountain Time, it is officially now 2022. It's January 1st. And what a year it's been. It's hang on, let me just get this better. It has been one hell of a year. So I don't even know where to begin, to be honest, because in the year, I was well, not much at the beginning of the year, to be honest, that happened. Actually, can I? Oh, that's even worse. Oh god, I really need to clean that. Whoever just joined the chat, Happy New Year. Of course, if you're just popping in here, my name is Katarina. My hair is obviously not great right now, but again, I just jumped out of the tub, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm just trying to think of how exactly to recap my year and what I'm looking forward to in the new year, because there's so much stuff to do still. There's a lot of stuff, and mostly involving my YouTube channel and my car, but who knows? Maybe there's some other stuff as well. So, but to recap, what has happened in 2021? So, of course, like I mentioned, January, not a lot. There was just one of those months where not a lot goes on. I'm actually a little more depressed. Okay, let me just clean this lens. There we go, that's better. Kind of. That's fine. But January and like February, and again, actually, I think it was either February or it was March when I met Joseph, actually, which is Teen Mechanic here on YouTube. Great guy, to be honest. He's only 15. He'll be 16 this year, so he's getting his license, and then he should be out at our car meets here in town more. I say more. He hasn't been to our car meets yet. So I met him then, and then and I sold the Monaco at that point. And then it took a while, but then I started selling more and more cars. Like, I think after that, I sold the C10 pickup, and I sold a few other vehicles, and all in all, like, throughout the entire year, I sold probably around 24 or so. So it is, amazing that way, right? And that's something that I was really excited about, and that, and I'm continuing to grow my portfolio as the days go on. Currently, and like go on through the year, so my YouTube channel, I was growing it. I did over 1,000 subscribers in 1 year. Thank you, Mustang Guy. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope it's doing well for you. Sorry, I might be here. I think I'm hearing things. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, that's right. I was mentioning that I gained over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in 1 year. I also was able to sell all those cars. Let's see, what else was there? And of course, like all the fun stuff too, like reviving the Monaco and doing those videos, I think was some of the most fun, and delving into that car actually and its history and tracking down the owner, like the family, was truly amazing, and that was a really cool experience with that Monaco. And thank you, Mustang guy. You've been making pretty good strides lately too, so I want to congratulate you on that. I know you've been putting a little bit of work into YouTube as well and getting some subscribers, and that's fantastic. And I hope you can keep going, keep growing it. As you can see, my hair's all wet. I just got out of the tub, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But under the circumstances, I don't really care too much about my appearance. But I wanted to quickly do this live before midnight hit so that I could say Happy New Year, right? And yeah, so it was amazing getting to experience getting to go to everywhere that I went to. I've met so many amazing people this year, or this past year, I should say now. Um, I went to Show You Ride for Brandon, which I've wanted to go to that for years, but I just never was able to. And then finally, this year, or it's not this year anymore, it's last year technically. I'm gonna get caught up on that for a little bit. Um, you know, it was amazing to go to that. There was over 1,000 cars. I'm actually there's a few people there that I met that I'll potentially be able to film their vehicles, which is so cool. So I can't wait for that. Going to the Wednesday night. Whatchamacallit? There was these car shows every Wednesday that drew in close to, well, actually over 400 cars at a couple of times that I went to in Balzac, Alberta, which was just really cool going there. And then, of course, one of the highlights of my entire year was going to the Canadian Mustang Registry Mustang Fest. Now, that show, I didn't think anything of it really. Just like, okay, bunch of Mustangs at a show, cool, whatever, right? I entered my car, I paid the entrance fee, no big deal, right? Just was there, kind of enjoying myself. I was just like, hey, I'll get a cool video out of this, and no worries. But then I get the Best in Show award for my Mustang. Now, little caveat on that though, the Best in Show award was given to about 15 of us, but the fact that there was about 100 cars and mine was one of the ones picked for that, that's just amazing, right? So, having that happen, again, really big highlight. Meeting Roy Marco especially, again, another huge highlight. Going up there, getting all the work done in my car, doing the carburetor swap, which would have taken me a lot longer here. Probably would have taken me 3 or 4 days to figure everything out. Well, we did it all in about 5 hours, which was amazing, because we did have to go to the parts store too to pick up a couple things for doing that, right? And then doing that, putting the double roller timing chain in my car with him as well, and the collaborations we've done since, and there's going to be more in the future. So ugh, that's one thing that I wish I could have left in frickin' 2021 is COVID. I hate it so much. Let's see, what else is there? So that all happened with all the shows and everything that I went to. It was really amazing. And just again, meeting the people that I did and getting the experiences that I have had. No, I got tested yesterday. It was the hang on, let me pull up the calendar here real quick. That was on Thursday is when I got tested. So it was in the afternoon. I got the results early in the morning. Um, like early the next morning. So early Friday. Like I woke up to the text message because I had slept until about noon, and yeah, I tested positive for COVID-19. So I've had COVID now for not quite a week, but it's better than it was though. But I still have the fatigue, a little bit of fatigue. Still have the headache, a little bit of lightheadedness at times. That's on and off though. Oh, somebody's firing off fireworks. Well, I'll definitely pull through it. My only worry, like, and I definitely appreciate that. Happy New Year, Michael. Definitely appreciate you coming out here. Yeah, because with having COVID, like, the only thing that I'm really worried about, because, like, am I gonna die from it? Probably not. You know, will I end up in ICU? I doubt it at this point. Happy New Year, Randy. And actually, that was another highlight too, is meeting Randy there because he is part of the Dark Horses Mustang Club, which I had been a part of the Dark Horses Mustang Club for a bit, but I never really went to any of the shows or anything like that with them. And then finally, I did, and he was one of the guys that was there. Although the first one I went to was the Mustang's birthday back in April, and that's when I met him actually, and it was really cool because I was not driving my car at the time. I was with Cody actually in his Mustang, you know, as a passenger. And good thing I was, because there was no way I was going to keep up to any of you guys if I drove my car. Um, but you know, it was pretty cool, and you know, he's come out once more actually. To like I've seen him another time since then. Wow, somebody's firing off fireworks right now, but I know it's not the town. At least I don't think it's the city here. Um, Pretty sure it is just somebody firing off fireworks, which is pretty common out here, to be honest. But yeah, and then he actually came out for one of the Friday night meets here in town. So that was really cool to meet him. Unfortunately, I had health issues that day and couldn't stay long, but it was very nice to you know, see that he came out and everything, and it was a good time. Ah, God, that's horrible. Um, and yeah, like in a Dark Horses Mustang Club, it's been really cool to be a part of. Actually, the people in there are absolutely wonderful. Um, you know, and for a club, honestly, there has been. I'm part of like two clubs that I like feel like I'm closer with. Dark Horses would be one of those, although not that I know the members that well. But you know, I do want to hit more meets this year now, so hopefully I can. We'll just see. Again, it'll come down to money. It always comes down to money with me. Um, and yeah, like it's been an absolutely wild year, and I never would have imagined getting to where I am right now. You know, and then back in either September or October, I get monetized here on YouTube, and it's just like blows my mind. You know, and I never would have thought that I would have been monetized on YouTube. Like it was like a wish, but never like a hey, I'm gonna get there. I work my ass off for it, and I'll continue to work my ass off for it for further growth. But you know, and yeah, hey, we can hope. And thank you, Randy. Yeah, COVID's kicking my butt right now, but you know, it really sucks having to isolate and everything. But even if I was just sick in general, I typically don't go outside anyways. But yeah, it's rough that way. Ugh. Um, but yeah, so doing all of that, and then I joined another group actually, and I've been to quite a few of their groups, and to me, they are family. It's just like an extended family, and that is a group called No Boys Allowed. Now, the camaraderie that all the women have in there is absolutely fantastic. Um, there's no discrimination on anybody's vehicles or anything like that, or regardless of what you do or anything. Um, I have been to a few of their meets, and like I am a member, and actually, if you've ever wondered what is the 25 on my car, like on the quarter window, that is actually my rally number for the group. And all the ladies that join can pick a number. I didn't actually pick that number, it was just randomly generated for me. So I was totally fine with that. And it's on the side of my car now. So, that's cool. And it'll be there for a long time. And it just, yeah. And, there I met quite a few different women, um, and some of which I've become really close friends with. So it has been really wonderful for that. Um, let's see. Sorry, my brain's not working as well as it could, but being sick, it's how it goes, right? ah, just drink some water here. There we go. That's better. I've drank like I've drank 3 of these bottles, plus there's a thermos similar size behind the camera here that I've drank of water, plus I've had 3 other bottles of water today. So I've drank a lot of water today. But it's good. Um, it's just yeah. And actually, another fun memory too was looking over a friend's car. She's actually part of the No Boys Allowed Club. She has a 1977 uh, Mustang 2 Cobra, or Mustang Cobra 2, right? Very cool car, honestly. And what's unique about hers compared to everybody else's is that most are white on blue. Well, hers is opposite. Hers is white on red, which is actually really neat. And it was kind of cool because I've never sat in a mostly like stock one. Like there was a little bit of work done, but not a ton. When it came to like any performance stuff to that. And I was able to give her a little more details on her car, whatnot. But it was cool actually, just in sort of my head, comparing the Mustang 2 to the Fox body, right? Because they actually have a lot of similarities when it comes to their interiors and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, now hers is a manual, mine's an automatic, but I do want to swap mine to a manual, which, I'm hoping this year that'll happen. Um, oh yeah. Actually, the thing is, for me, my absolute favorite of all the Fox or of all the Mustang 2s is not actually the hatchback; it's the coupe, the notchback. And now, and I'm a little biased on that because there's a car that a family friend owned, and one of the coolest Mustang 2s of all time, to be honest. His is actually, or his was, because he sold it. It was a 78 Gia coupe that he built to the nuts. Like, this thing at one point, he had so many different engine combinations in it, and transmissions and whatnot. But right now, what it has is a 408 stroker with a C4 3,500 stall, making probably around it's around 350-ish horsepower. No, what am I talking? 350. It's like 450, 500 somewhere in there. Plus, it's got about a 200 shot of NOS or nitrous, so that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, and that thing super cool. It's like this darker purple, bluish color. It does have the blackout on the top. It was really cool. That's fair. I mean, I've always liked the coupe lines for the most part, like depending on which ones. Like Mustang 2 and Fox Body, yeah, I love the coupe lines more. Sorry. And then the oh but the first gens though, at least when it comes to like when they brought the fastback in '66, that was, or was it '65? Can't remember. But anyways, the fastback really made the car look so much better then, right? And then also the fastbacks from '71 to '73, they look better than the coupes as well. Because I mean, the coupes were grandes, and their lines are kind of weird looking. They're cool, but they're weird, right? Um. So yeah. Um. Oh, 65. Okay. I couldn't remember for sure. Again, brain is foggy, so you know I will be making mistakes, and it's fine. Happens though. Um, and yeah, it's you know, just thinking back on everything. Like the thing is, most people hated 2020, for example. Well, 2020, I started my YouTube channel. I like going back to 2020. Like I started my YouTube channel. I got the surgery I needed. I started selling cars. I started building my network of people, and it was actually a pretty good year. 2021 was a really good year, except for this past like week. But other than that, it's been good. For the most part, I've had some troubles, of course, with that idiot here in town, which cannot forget about him ever. Wish I could, but yeah, he was the one calling me a scammer and all that stuff. It was just ridiculous. He's dealt with finally, like should be gone out of my life now, so that'd be nice. I'll still have to see him on the roads and stuff like that, but whatever. You know, um, yeah. So there's that too. Um, let's see, what else is there really that happened in 2021 that I can think of? Because 1 year and it honestly went by pretty quick. Because there's just so much stuff that I did. Right, I was traveling all the time. Did a lot to my car. And yeah, and like in this year, there'll be even more done to my car. Who knows? This turbocharger sitting next to me might go on the car. Maybe I'll surprise everybody and do a supercharger on it instead. Who knows? You know, we'll see what life gives, right? And yeah, and like in this year, I'm looking forward to doing that review on the 2021 Toyota Supra. Doing the videos on, there's a British car collection. Doing videos on, because like the guy, his dad has like a Jensen Interceptor, which is like one of the coolest British cars of all time. It's like you take this really cool Jensen body and you put a Chrysler big block in it. It's just amazing, and they did that from the factory. Super cool. Let's see. Yeah, so there's that. There's also the The guy that I actually met at Show You Ride for Brandon, which was a Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. So there will be a video on that on the channel too. Which that one could actually potentially explode because you don't find them ever, and not a ton of videos on them. So, but it's a very rare car because they only made something like 2,500 of them or somewhere in there. Very rare, and they were a homologation special for the WRC. Um, so I'll get to do a video on that sometime this year because I do have the guy's number because I asked him, hey, I did my whole spiel like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. My YouTube is Katarina's Garage, and I absolutely love your car. And I started to talk to him a little bit about it, and I asked, well, hey, can I get your phone number so that maybe in the future we can connect again and I can do a proper video on your car because I would have did it then and there. But the problem is in the background they're playing a bunch of copyrighted music, so it's really difficult to try and film that without getting copyright strike. And there's one video on my channel that has a copyright strike, and I'm totally fine with it because of what the video is. And that was actually at Show You Ride for Brandon, and it was the balloon toss in honor of him. And I did not edit the music in the background because I could have, but I did not. I didn't want to do that. And yeah, now that's immortalized on YouTube, and I know that the family, I think it's the sister of Brandon. She was like moved to tears that I put that up on YouTube, so that she can always go back to it and look at it whenever she wants to, right? So that's pretty cool. And okay, that's fair. I'll take a look at it when I can, because I can't do that right now. Um, and yeah, because and throughout the year, my I've learned a little more about editing and stuff like that, and where to go for that. Like for the most part, I still don't edit very much, but the editing that I have done has actually been pretty darn good for the most part. Although one of my other favorite film series to do as well was actually the Vandura, reviving that because me and Greg pulled it out of the bush. I detailed the crap out of it. It still wasn't anywhere near. Sorry. It still wasn't anywhere near flawless inside because I'm not a professional detailer, but I got it pretty darn clean though. And all I did was change the oil in it for any of my money into it. And the reason, and because I actually acquired that from Greg in lieu of payment because I sold his international scout for him. Well, one of his scouts, because I sold 2 scouts actually off his property. And the one scout, he just wanted to keep all the money from it, and that's fine. And to be honest, the money that I got out of the Vandura is about what I would have made off of commission on that anyway, so it worked out, right? And I got to drive around a cool van for a week. Like, I just threw my plate on it, and no big deal. But one of the lower points through the year, though, don't get me wrong, it made it so I could do a lot more during the summertime. So, there's that. But with selling my 86 Mustang convertible, that car, I still miss that car to this day. I really do. Again, there were so many possibilities of being able to fix that car for free, and I just didn't do it. Because, who knows? Maybe I'd have a V8 Fox body at the moment if I kept it. But can't can't be too sure on that. Although I still have the guy's contact information. So if and the thing is, I have first right of refusal if they ever do sell it. So Lilo someday might be back in my possession. And the thing is, and if it comes up for sale again, I will do everything in my power to get that car back. I don't care. And yeah, because I regretted selling it, but it was something that wasn't a bad thing at the time. And then and even to a certain degree, not as much though. I kind of regret selling the van because that van was cool. And the interesting part about that van, because I was thinking about it, and how cool would it have been? Because again, it's a GMC Vendura, it's a conversion van. It's like, okay, how cool would this be if I made this into a tow rig? Oh, that's sad. See, and that's the thing with the states actually that really drives me nuts is the whole title system. Because you guys have titles and we don't, right? Um, and the thing is now, depending on province to province, but here in Alberta, you only need a bill of sale. And a bill of sale does not have to be an official sort of document that you print off online or anything. You can write it on a napkin, quite literally, right? And it's legally binding as long as it has all the information on it. It is, you know, basically. Well, you know what a bill of sale is, so yeah, that's all we need here. So, in BC, I know they need previous registrations, so there's that. But yeah, here in Alberta, no need. So it's quite convenient that way. That's why I've been able to sell so many of Greg's vehicles. Because, again, no titles, right? They're all 95% of them have been Alberta vehicles, or 99%, I should say. Because I think there may have potentially been a BC vehicle in there. you know, and yeah, and that's the interesting part of uh to register in a Canadian vehicle in the States, you have to get a title made for it, which there's a whole process about that. My dad was kind of looking into it a little bit because there was a guy that wanted to buy his Magnum, and he was contemplating it just because of the money that he offered was actually way more than he paid for it. So he contemplated it, but it didn't end up going through. But it was going to be like an extra $600 cost on top of whatever the guy paid, basically, for it to have a title made. So, yeah. Yeah, like that Vandura, though, like a little sidetrack. I wanted to make it into a tow rig, actually, for, the Civic, or... Well, I didn't have this... We didn't have the Civic at the time when I had the Vandura. But the Civic or Stitch, right? Would have been cool. It had a hitch on the back. And it did have... It had a really good running 350, actually. 700 R4. But my kind of thought in my head was just like... And it was a 3/4 ton truck, too. So, very beefy. But something I had thought about, just like... I know it's been done. But it's like, how cool would it actually be? Because normally, I'm not about an LS swap at all. But I contemplated keeping that an LS swapping it. Would have been cool content for the channel. And then also, I would have had a very reliable van that made quite a bit more power than stock. So, But of course, didn't end up doing that. Moved on from that. Um, that van was cool. And having swivel buckets and everything in there, plus the table, plus the back bench folded down into a bed. Oh my god. Oh god. My eyes are watering now from that one. Ow. That hurt. Happy New Year, Koss. And yeah, not barking, but that's you know, welcome to COVID. Gotta love it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like having it either. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I would never LS swap anything that wasn't a Chevy unless it was like something stupid, like because something I heard of actually, and it would be actually kind of neat. LS swapping a Range Rover, which would piss off a lot of people, but a lot of people would also give you a thumbs up on that too. So, awesome. Oh well, there you go. Hope you had a wonderful work week, and hope you have a fantastic New Year here. Yeah, I probably won't do this for terribly much longer, like maybe another 20 or so minutes, but then I will bail out of here, but that's fair. Well, hey, I mean, and working New Year's Eve, because I'm assuming that's a little bit of overtime for you, so that's nice. Oh, so you're okay. So you're on. Okay, so you're on the West Coast then. Oh, delivery driver. Oh, okay. Um, and oh yeah, uh, any of the Range Rovers, they are not reliable whatsoever. Ah, okay, you're out in BC. Cool. How did I not know that you were a fellow Canadian? I had no idea. Ah, there we go. See now, as my hair dries, it looking much nicer now. Because a Mustang guy can attest, this was looking really awful when I first started this. Because he jumped in about like 3 or 4 minutes into this. Oh, northern BC. Okay. I don't know if I've ever known anybody that actually lives in northern BC. Because it's, you know, everybody is south, right? So that's interesting. Like, most of the people I know are like in the kind of Kelowna area and Vancouver. So, oof, yeah, that's rough. Very rough. Yeah, I'm not enjoying this cold snap. Um, it's supposed to be like gone this weekend though. Like it's supposed to get warm, but sadly, I can't leave the house for the warmth. So sad. Uh, hopefully soon that this will go away, and I'm hoping within the next week that it's gone. But because yeah, only 50% of the time. See, okay, so if that's the case, I'm assuming that's going to be your the switch itself. I'm assuming, or that's a wiring issue on that. I mean, understandable. Um, See, like with my car, I drive my car year round, my Mustang, which is not great. Like to be honest, Oh, heater core needs a flush. Okay, makes sense. My cooling system might need a flush too, because I have a sneaking suspicion that the coolant is gelled up. Because to be fair, I did not do a proper 50-50 mix for a lot of it. It's probably closer to like 80-20. So I should, you know, do that. But again, that won't happen until after I am not this. ah, but actually, something that was cool, and I will mention this earlier today. Um, on TV, just flipping through channels, like just going through the guide and just like, oh hey, the Italian Job, and it's the original from '69. Hell yeah! So I watched the original Italian Job today, which I hadn't seen in a long time, so I forgot most of the movie. But God, that movie is such a gem, such a gem. And then it inspired me to look it up on Amazon, and I have a DVD coming of the original Italian Job. So, and seeing that movie again also has reignited my love for the original Mini. I would love an original Mini, and who knows, someday I might get one. You know, and what's funny, like people will say, "Well, isn't the Civic similar?" Yeah, similar, but it's actually bigger. Yeah, see, and that's the one issue that you come across when you have, because here it's private for insurance, right? Where in BC it's not, so it's government run. So, and that becomes a much bigger issue, right? Like the only way that you could get, because like with my car, I'd have to do the same thing. Of like when it's built, like when I'm fully finished it, I'm gonna get an appraisal done on it, just for the fact of like, okay, if anything happens, that they'll have to honor that, because yeah, you will not be able. By the time I'm done my car, you could not replace it. So it'll be. It's interesting. It'll be the most unique and potentially one of the more valuable Fox bodies out there when I'm done with it. So it'll be really cool. But and again, to replicate it is going to be very difficult. So I can't wait to show you guys what I have planned. But not yet. Oh, hi, fat cat. Oh no, insurance won't pay sentimental value, definitely not. But like my car, because okay, there's gonna be some body mods done to it, but that are actually tasteful. And to be honest, if you didn't know, you'd think it would be factory, right? So that's gonna happen to the car. It's gonna get forced induction. It's gonna get a manual swap, and gonna be painting it too. So, like, yeah. Oh yeah, and see, and then that's the problem. Like, and yeah, like an '85 Dodge pickup, sadly, it's not worth a lot of money, and I don't understand why. Like, the Dodges should be, um, they should be worth more than a square body, because they're much rarer than a square body Chevy. Plus, I thought there was supposed to be like a Mopar tax on stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad the trucks haven't like exploded like that, because I want one. But okay, so your truck is just like my friend Nat's, but hers is earlier than that. Still has a 2.9, but oh see. Um, and hers is a extended cab. You know, those are cool trucks though. I do like those Rangers. I still haven't seen square body Dodges, excluding Cummins, really rise in price very much. Like, you can still find those super beater ones for well under $1,000. Oh, okay. That is you. Yes, that is you on there. Yeah, I was trying to remember, and yeah, I remember seeing your truck. That's cool. And yeah, being a sub in the back, hey, that's neat too. And yeah, I figured that one out. uh, and you'll have and I apologize though. My brain is not working 100%, but to be fair, being having COVID is gonna kind of screw with you. So, oh, I love it. I love most vehicles with a rake though, to be honest. So I'm a little biased that way. Like I'd put a rake on my car, but like, but I'm not gonna put a rake on my car though, to be honest, because it won't match what I'm doing with it. So, which is fine. Well, actually, you want to hear something funny? Is there's a guy. Okay, as I'm sure you might be aware, I'm trying to sell a 1991 Chevrolet Lumina Euro, right? I've been trying to sell it for months. It just the problem is it has no heat. So trying to sell something without heat in the middle of winter makes it tough. Um, and when I acquired it, it was autumn, so And then for a bit, I was considering keeping it. But anyways, there's this guy that he hasn't been hounding me, but he's been messaging me quite a bit on it. Like we first started messaging on Facebook, and then he gave me his number, so then I texted him, and we went from there. But the thing is, there was one time he called me at like 1:30 at night. Like, I'm sorry, I am not picking up the phone unless if it's a friend of mine calling at that time. Just not gonna happen. Or if the police are calling me. Those are the only exceptions, right? So this guy calls me, I didn't answer, right? Then he messages me. That was actually yesterday. Yesterday? No, sorry, that was today. That was today. He messages me and like wanting to see the car, and like, dude, I can't. Because I told him initially I'm just not feeling well. Whatever else. This is before I knew I had COVID, right? Just like I'm not feeling well. I'll let you know when I'm feeling better. Then I can show you the car, right? And we start talking a bit. Like, and I told him, hey, sorry, I tested positive for COVID-19, so it's gonna be a bit. He's like, wait, you serious? I was like, yeah, I wish it wasn't the case, but yes, I went up to Rocky Mountain House, got the test, and came back negative. So he's just like, so I'm not gonna be able to see the car today? Like, no, because I'm not gonna be responsible for a COVID outbreak. Fuck off. Like, it's one of the few times you'll hear me swear on this channel, by the way. It's right there. Like, literally, the guy wanted me to put, to go see him regardless. And I'm like, what is the matter with you? No, I am not going to be responsible for that. And even I'm not the only one with COVID in my family, because I think actually I got it from my cousin. So, sadly. But that's okay. It happened. But yeah. There's a fat cat. Oh, hi, buddy. Hey, big ol' saber. As he's photobombing, like he likes to do. There you go. Hey, buddy. Um, and yeah, it's just no, no, definitely not. And it's just yeah, and it's so funny because there was a guy, I get lowballs on that Lumina all the time. It's fine. I'm used to them. But like, because the people that offer $600 for the car, it's just like, yeah, screw off. It's actually a nice car. It doesn't have heat, and it has a couple other minor issues, but other than that. Oh, nice. That would be cool, actually. Um, yeah, I've never done that. That'd be cool. Because yeah, and unfortunately, like to get a PCR test, I had to actually go to Rocky because that was the closest place that was currently accepting any people because they don't do testing, period, here in Sundre, where I live. Olds is the next closest, but hey, look, they're not accepting new people. Kind of stupid, but okay. So, and I look online, and it was either Airdrie or Rocky. Just like I'd much rather go to Rocky than Airdrie. So my dad drove me to Rocky. And yeah, although the stupid part about all of this is what AHS is saying about it, right? Because okay, of course, I have COVID. So okay, what does that mean for my dad who lives with me? Oh, until he shows symptoms, he doesn't have to get tested. Actually, they won't let him get tested, and he doesn't have to isolate. And it's like, you can be a carrier without getting it, you know, but whatever. Just really, really, really dumb. Like I can't believe how stupid they've gotten with that. So, and yeah, because luckily, my dad doesn't see very many people, and he works a night shift at his work, and he's a security guard where there's like nobody there at night. So there's that. But still, I still don't find it very comfortable though. That's for damn sure. Oh, that'll be cool. Well, hey, if you're going to Red Deer, you gotta stop at Peter's. Huh. 'Cause, yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll be in the area at the time, and perhaps we can see each other. Because, like, the thing is, Red Deer for me is only an hour. It's not bad. Um, oh, okay. Like, that's a long drive. So because you said northern BC, but you didn't say where. But to be honest, anywhere in northern BC is middle of nowhere, anyways. That's a long road trip. Be a fun road trip, but a long one. Like from wherever you are in northern BC to Whitecourt to Red Deer and maybe to Calgary and then back. That's it's quite the circle. Ah, that's fair. I get that. You know, yeah, because like Red Deer, I frequent not terribly often. Mostly, I frequent it going through it or stopping for gas in Peters because that's what you have to do when you're in Red Deer. You have to get Peters. Just you know, ah, but yeah, it's just one of those deals. Yeah, still a good trek. Now, I've never done that in one sitting, but I have done that in one day. So, because I've taken a couple of, actually, I took, yeah, two Lethbridge trips this year, or this past year. So, went to go see a couple of friends of mine. It was great. And, yeah. So, and then, yeah, and then it's another hour to Calgary after that, if you want to do that. So, yeah, you're looking at, so 6.5 plus 3 plus another hour. So you're at 10.5 hours of driving minimum if you decide to go to Calgary in one day. Which I've never done quite that. Like I've done, because yeah, like going to Lethbridge and back and going to Edmonton and back. Because Edmonton and back is a total of, depending on traffic and stuff like that, 4 or 5 hours. Ah, God. Ah, eyes watering again. Oh, this is just awful. I absolutely hate it. But at least, for the most part, I feel okay. It mostly just feels like a cold, like a really bad cold. For the most part, there's a little bit of difference though. Oof, yeah, that is, yeah. See, you did that in 2 days. I mean, that's, yeah, you can do that in 2 days pretty easily actually. Because I know, like, the thing is, um, me and my dad have actually gone out to Kelowna, which is about a 7 hour drive, and then stay there for the weekend and come back. And it does a little. It's not that much of a hurting. But mostly because, hey, I'm used to coughing not quite that bad, but with similar fashion because of my asthma. So yeah, then put COVID on top of that, and it's not great. you know, I just need that sign that says I'm in danger. At least I can joke about it. But yeah, and at least I've got two, like I've got my vaccine plus my first booster. I was gonna get my second booster, like I was gonna book that this week, but then this happened. So yeah, it's it's sad, but oh well, it is what it is. Like, and that's the interesting part because when I cough, there are people that just ask, like, "Are you a smoker?" I'm going, "No, I'm asthmatic." And the problem is, there's nothing that can be done about my asthma. See, I would do that drive. Absolutely. That'd be a fun drive, actually, to go out to Montreal. I've been to Montreal once, but I didn't get to do any sightseeing because going there for a surgery in the middle of COVID, they didn't let you do anything. So I, I got to see the sights from the back of a taxi cab. um, and yeah, and then seeing, from my hotel room. That's my extent of Montreal. Spent a total of 14 days in Montreal, and yeah, then came back and was a bit of a cripple for a while. But it happens. So Now that would be a drive. If you ever do that, I wish you luck, because that's a long drive. But I know a guy actually, friends with him on Facebook, because, well, if you remember my window louvers for my Mustang, those came out of Ontario. But this guy that, and really, I met him the day that, he came up. Because we met in Olds, actually. Um, so, this guy, he's a hotshotter. And the thing is, and because, like, he's a hotshotter in a pickup truck, he doesn't have to do logbooks, right? So, he hotshotted those to me. And bear in mind, he lives in PEI. So, he went from PEI to Olds, Alberta in 2 days. Like, you're freaking nuts, buddy. Now, I know he was speeding by quite a bit, but still. Happy New Year, Mopar Nut, and yeah, I will get healthy, hopefully soon, and then I can go back to filming and do the videos that I want to put out for you guys, because they are actually kind of fun, but, and they're very simple to kind of film, too. So, although, one of the videos that I want to do, because it's a celebration video, because I never did one on 1,000 subscribers. You know, I did one on at 100 and at 300. And I did one at 750. But I never did one on 1,000, and I'm 1361 now, I think. So, you know, and yeah, it'll be Stitch in the Snow, because I've never done that. I did Lilo in the snow, and never Stitch in the Snow. But the cool part is, well, I've got a tripod, I have multiple phones, I can do, and like, I can actually set it up with 3 different cameras, 3 different angles of doing that, so that'd be cool. Okay, that one hurt. Ow. Oh, frick, that hurt. My God. Happy New Year, Teen Mechanic. Definitely appreciate you coming out. Oh my God. That cough hurt. Ow. Yeah, kind of. It's it's COVID. And sometimes when you cough, it hurts. Happy New Year, Martino. You know, it's fine. Like, and to be honest, though, with COVID, it feels more like a really bad cold. So it's not that bad yet. You know, could be a lot worse. So I'm complaining, but I'm not super complaining yet. But yeah. Well, hey, and, you know, you must be happy because you don't have to go back to school until the 10th now, so. Yeah. Oh, I have symptoms, absolutely. You know, I have the cough, I have the sore throat, I have fatigue, I have lightheadedness, I have some nausea. Hey, Mustang Guy, no worries, and thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful sleep and a fantastic New Year. I'll catch you around. Like, and the thing is, and because I did test positive on a PCR test, not just my rapid test. because the rapid test was actually inconclusive when I took it. So then I got the PCR test the next day, and that came up positive. So, and yeah, I got a text message this morning to say that, yeah, by the way, you have COVID, which I kind of figured I did, just because I also heard that, hey, my cousin, who I just saw on Christmas Day, had COVID. So, and I got sick on Monday. I saw her Saturday. Well, there you go. Right? And luckily, I've informed everybody at this point. So, that I saw. Um, so, yeah. But it is rough. Happy New Year! I don't even know how to say your name. I apologize, but I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Apologies, man. But yes, Happy New Year! It is now 2022, and there's so much I'm excited for in the new year. But we will see where that goes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that you say that, I know. Yep. 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 Totally forgot, but I know now. Yeah, see, that wasn't my plan, Joseph. But hey, better to get it out of the way when the weather's awful. Well, I mean, if you're saying, you know, rotary powered Mazdas, well, that's what they do. I don't know, maybe. Although I'm not gonna lie, I still do want an RX-7. But yeah, see, normally they don't like explode. So like actually exploded. Ooh, that's actually pretty high RPM even for a rotary. Yeah, see, like the thing is, there is um wait, the CX-9. Are you talking about their full size SUV that they don't actually that one? Though there is something cool about the CX-9. I don't know if you can still do it, but you used to be able to for sure. Mm, that one didn't hurt as bad. Oh my god! Look at how red my face is from that. Oh my god, that shows you how much I've been coughing tonight. Jesus. Um, but with the CX-9, something that you could actually do, and again, I don't know if you can still do this or not. Is so the CX-9 for a bit, and the only reason why I know you could do this is because one of my friend's girlfriends had one, and she ordered it this way. It's a CX-9, and you can order it with a manual transmission. Just like, wait, what? Like, that's cool. Oh yeah, I've been taking vitamin C. No worries about that. I'm tempted to take some Buckley's though to see if I can knock this cough off. But yeah, I know Acura doesn't. But yeah. And again, I don't know if they still offer that, but for a while, for sure, that you special ordered it that way, but you could do it. Yeah, which is really cool, actually. Like that's why. And to be honest, I would take the Mazda SUV over the Acura. I really would. If I had to choose between one. Uh, they were, yeah. And they're still technically in bed together. Ford denies it, but yeah. Well, I've never heard of a Ford Escape being offered with a manual. And actually, no, sorry. Uh, what would have been the CX-9 was the full size SUV, the big one. So what would have been as a Ford? Was that the Edge? Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, Ford and Mazda had a partnership forever, and they're still technically that way. There you go, Explorer. That's the one. Yes. Yeah, because the CX-9 is an Explorer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I think you're right on that. I think. I think. I don't know. Again, my brain no work as well as it usually does. So yeah. Well, uh, actually, all of the Mazda B series was a Ranger technically, but because like the Mazda B series pickups were well, actually, they're technically those are technically Mazdas, not like the Ranger is a Mazda. The Mazda is not a Ford, right? It's the other way around. Um, just like back in the '70s with uh the Ford Courier again, that was a Mazda. So through and through, 100%, that was a Mazda. Um, because yeah, like there was a long time. It hasn't been until really recently that um Ford decided, well, hey, we're not gonna use those designs anymore, and now it's just a it's an Australian Ford for the Ranger now. So, but yeah, just one of those cool things. Yeah, I mean, makes sense to be honest. Like I knew they would have owned a portion of them. I just wasn't sure how much. For a while. Hey, no worries, Joseph. I definitely appreciate you coming out. I won't be on here terribly much longer anyway, so no worries. Uh, Happy New Year. Stay safe and stay away from the Rona. I promise you, not worth. Okay, see now that with Toyota and Subaru, that is just a partnership. There is no owning of companies there. Um, just like just like Toyota and BMW, again, it's a partnership. It is not an ownership thing. And to be honest, like I get why Toyota's doing this, but it would have been cool if they didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know a little bit about those, but it happens, cost. Trust me. Well, the thing is, because Mercedes actually had full ownership of Chrysler, or majority ownership, um, of Chrysler from, what was that, 1992, 93, somewhere in there, right up until I think it was 2006. And then in 2010, they were bought by Fiat. 2010 or 2011? I think it was 2010. So yeah, and they are still reaping the, like, Chrysler is still reaping the rewards from that Mercedes ownership. Absolutely, because they're still using that LX platform, with the Challenger and the Charger. And if you look at any of their all-wheel drive systems in those cars, that's a 4MATIC. Well, there's a lot of research that has gone on in my life, so you know, it's just stuff I know, and that's like literally decades of research. Which 1.8 turbo are you talking about? The Ford 1.8 turbo or the Audi 1.8 turbo? Okay, Volkswagen. Not much. Yeah, I don't really know much about that engine at all. Although I do know one thing. I do know one thing. I'm pretty sure this is the same turbo that would be on one of those. Although this also came on TDIs as well. So, yeah. I just need a blow off valve for it though. But other than that, it's a good turbo. There's zero play in the input shaft. I need to replace this hose here, but other than that, no. This is a IHI AS12. That's what that is. And yeah, now this one came out of a diesel though. Like this was out of a TDI, but they also put these on. Oh yeah, to be honest, a lot of people use these because even like small Perkins diesels and stuff like that could also use these, and forklift diesels and whatever else could have these, whatever else, right? So yeah, they were a very, very popular turbo. Plus, and Volkswagen at that time, was Volkswagen is the biggest car company on the planet, so. Uh, well, I think it's actually just the wastegate is different. Other than that, I believe it was the same turbo. I could be wrong on that. This one's diesel turbo though. That's possible. Um, let's see. See, now, I don't know much on the 2-liter EcoBoost. I know more on the 2.3-liter EcoBoost. Which, because, like, the 2.3-liter EcoBoost, what's funny about that, it's a great engine. Yeah. It's the same engine that is in the Mazda Speed 3. Yeah, the Focus RS was a 2.3 turbo, yes. And... No, I think the casting is IHI on this. I don't think it's a Garrett casting. Like, I'm pretty sure IHI built this. So. Well, hey, this turbo sitting next to me is only a 46 millimeter. It's tiny. But yeah. When you if you keep your foot off the throttle, then yeah, 2.3 EcoBoost is great on gas. Um, you know, like, cause this turbo, I do really want to put this turbo on my Mustang, but we'll see if I do or not, or if I just go to a different turbo, or maybe I do supercharging. We shall see. mm. Ow. That hurt. A build 2.9. Now that's interesting. Uh, like I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody building up a 2.9. That's cool. But hey, but the thing is, the 2.3 EcoBoost is the exact same engine though. Like identical to the engine that was put in the Mazda Speed 3. Also, in conjunction, Mazda Speed 6 as well. Um, Ford will absolutely deny it, but you put those engines side by side, they're identical. So, well, actually, what I should do. That should help a little bit. There we go, that's better. Because, yeah, convenient part about gum, too, is if your throat is, like, really dry, chew some gum. It works. I mean, I don't think I have, like, a desirability to build a VQ35 as much. Like, it's not my thing. But maybe I'll own one someday and build it up. We shall see. I know a little bit about those engines. Again, not a ton, a little bit. Because I know, like, the VQ35, it's a V6 that actually started in the 90s. Before the 350Z, which most people don't realize that, because they thought that debuted at the 350Z. It did not. You could actually find that engine in a Pathfinder before that. And so, yeah, and just like any Ultima you see that it has a 3.5 in it, again, that's a VQ35 as well. So it's pretty cool, actually. They put that engine in quite a few different things. But what's nice is whenever you see that 3.5, it does not have a CVT attached to it. So that's good, because CVT is trash. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, that's what that is. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, though, I've gone on for longer than I was planning. And I should rest my lungs a little bit. Um, because talking does aggravate my lungs. It makes me want to cough more. Um, but I do appreciate everybody coming out. That did come out tonight, and yeah, I hope everybody stays safe during COVID-19 because I'm trying, but I still got it. So sad. Supercharger kit for Ranger, that's pretty cool. I saw that 04 to 11. That's pretty sweet. Um, but yeah, hope for anybody else still watching. How painful is it from 1 to 10? About a 6, maybe 7. It's not that bad, to be honest. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go. So, yeah, I will chat to you all later. Thank you all so much for coming out, supporting me, and yeah, stay safe during the new year, and I'll catch you later.